Welcome to the third edition of Astana Times Now. Let's get straight to it. Kazakhstan-China Business Council has been in operation for 4 years now. During this time, a large number of contracts dealing with impressive sums of money were signed with some of the top Chinese businessmen within China. Today, for example, businessmen have inked 22 agreements worth about $7 billion. The agreements signed were 4.5 billion, or approximately 1,400 billion tenge. This number is quite significant, even for such large companies as Semru Kazana and CITIC Group. This is the total amount of the agreement signed by Semru Kazana National Welfare Fund with China at the 4th Kazakh-Chinese Business Council. Overall, there are 51 joint projects worth over $28 billion.
The agreements signed were 4.5 billion US, or approximately 1,400 billion tenge. This number is quite significant even for such large companies as Semru Kazina and CITIC Group. This is the total amount of agreements signed by the Semru Kazina National Welfare Fund with China at the 4th Kazakh-Chinese Business Council. Overall, there are 51 joint projects worth $28 billion. This business community of China is a huge strategic partner of our company, Semru Kazina Group. 14 projects involve Chinese investments. Out of 51 projects, 14 are implemented with the participation of Semru Kazina. Chairman of the board of JSC Semru Kazina National Welfare Fund, Umirzak Shukev, said. Today, the sides agreed to launch an enterprise for the production of methanol and ammonia, a caustic soda production plant, windmills, and hydroelectric power stations. CITIC Group strives for long-term investments and project management in non-prime sectors of Kazakhstan, thus aiming at promotion of the One Belt, One Road Chinese initiative and Kazakhstan's Norli program. Significant progress has been made in such areas as road infrastructure, banking, energy conservation, and environmental protection. According to Kazakhstan's Ministry of Energy, renewable energy production volumes will grow 3 times compared to the current indicators. In 3 years, more than 100 alternative energy facilities will operate in the country. Today, there are 50 of them. There will be 23 wind energy plants, 17 solar power stations, 13 hydroelectric power stations, as well as several facilities for production of biogas and alternative energy source. According to the numbers, wind power facilities receive special attention, which is largely due to the unique natural conditions of the country's regions. For example, the average annual wind speed reaches 9 meters per second in Astana, Fort Shevchenko on the territory of the Jungar Gate and Shelek Corridor. The area with high winds equals to 50,000 square kilometers, which makes 2% of the country's total area. 2% can produce 1 trillion kilowatt hours per year, which significantly exceeds the country's energy needs. According to Kazakhstan's Ministry of Energy, renewable energy production volumes will grow 3 times compared to the current indicators. In 3 years, more than 100 alternative energy facilities will operate in the country. Today, there are 50 of them. There will be 23 wind energy plants, 17 solar power stations, 13 hydroelectric power stations, as well as several facilities for production of biogas and alternative energy source.
They plan to visit the Expo exhibition. Rich details about the large-scale event in the land of the morning calm were wrapped into a presentation in Seoul with the participation of local Kazakh tour operators. In honor of the holding in our capital, tickets are at a discount. Among those who are going to Kazakhstan is a designer from Busan, Yoon Chongja. She will visit our republic for the first time. Within 6 days, Chongja is going to visit Almaty and Astana. Together with her friends, as well as our relatives, will accompany her along the way.
It is very exciting, and as well as I'm so curious, because this is my first time coming to Kazakhstan. I heard that the president is heavily involved in the overall development of Expo over these years, and there are many attraction sites that one can see. I plan to visit the exhibition several times. I consider your country as friendly and close to my heart, said Yoon Chang-ja. Chinese tourists also chose Kazakhstan for their travels. They want to visit not only the Expo exhibition, but also the largest cities of the country. A student of the Technical University, Su Wei, came to the embassy of our country to issue a tourist visa to enter Kazakhstan. He's going on the trip with his family. The question of choice, says the young man, did not even come to his mind. He knew exactly where he wanted to go. It's my first trip to Kazakhstan. I'm very interested in Expo as a future engineer myself. The latest innovative achievements can all be seen in one centralized place. The Suve family easily got their visas. Consular services of the embassy of the country in Beijing moved in expedited mode. We accept people every day from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., sometimes on Saturdays and Sundays. The flow of people is very large. Chinese citizens are interested in Expo and the program events. We try to create the most convenient conditions for all potential tourists.
Emperor Qin Shi Huang, the founder of China's Qin dynasty, built himself a massive tomb, which inside lays 8,000 clay terracotta soldiers and over 800 horses in chariots that by legend was meant to be guardians of his resting place after his passing and beyond this world. The unique facial carvings, expressions, and sheer details still baffles artists until this day. Over 2,000 years of burial, and only until 1974, a group of local farmers outside the Chang'an unearthed an eighth wonder of the world. Today, residents of Astana, Kazakhstan for 3 months will be able to see the visionary architectural masterpiece of Emperor Qin Shi Huang with their own eyes at the National Museum of the Republic of Kazakhstan.
4 statues of the world-known terracotta army were exhibited at the National Museum of Kazakhstan. In total, more than 80 items found during excavations of the terracotta army delivered to the country. Weapons, household items, gold and silver jewelry were found there. This exhibition was conducted between the Ministry of Culture and Sports of Kazakhstan.
Guests of Expo 2017 have an opportunity to explore the ancient culture of nomadic civilization. Ethnic Village, an unusual ethnic and cultural complex, has commenced its work in the suburbs of Astana. The organizers intend this place will allow visitors to get acquainted with the rich history, art, traditions, rituals, and national cuisine of Kazakh people within 3 months. The visitors can feel how real nomads would go about their day.
The expo could come and get an idea of our culture. We certainly tried to prepare the project from all sides. It includes such issues as communication, for instance, water and light. It was another difficulty that we successfully solved. Kazakhstan's Deputy Minister of Culture and Sports, Aktutira Imkulova, said. The ethnic village has an area of 2,500 square meters. Every day, guests can enjoy a rich program of events, festivals of Kazakh music and theatrical art, master classes of artisans and equestrian sports. Traditional games such as Audraspak, Kokpar, Baiga, Qisqu will be demonstrated to the guests. In addition, guests can witness not only demonstration of performances, but also race competition. The Ministry of Culture and Sports plans to hold around 20 international sports competitions, including national sports competitions. Chairman of the Committee of the Ministry of Culture and Sports, Ilsiar Kanagatov, said. The ethnic village has several sectors where visitors can explore traditional hunting with birds and hounds or unravel the Kazakh applied art during workshops where they can take part in the creation of masterpieces. I use various techniques in my work. I'm using a wet felting technique for this painting, and there is a mixed technique. It is called nanofelt, when the wool rolls along with the silk. There is a dry felting technique, which I also use. When the painting dries, I finish it by dry felting, Master of Decorative Art Anel Alibai said. Once the expo ends, Ethnic Village will continue its work as a seasonal national and cultural center.